Hey students, here's a quick short video of how to solve for inequalities. I'll make a bigger one, longer one again later, but for now, just here's an example. So we're going to apply the same process of solving equations. If we have parentheses, we are going to start right there. We're going to distribute this in there. So negative 3 times 2 is negative 6, and then it has an n. So negative 3 times 1, that's negative 3. So distributing happens first. If you have combining like terms next, that means you have on each side terms to combine. But like these two are separate terms, they're not alike, so we're not going to combine them. And neither are these because they're both don't have ends, so we're not going to combine them. So the next part is to move things around. This is where you kind of dash your wall right there, and you want to move letters to one side, numbers to the other. I'm used to writing the letter on the left side, but just for practice, I'm going to move that letter to the right side so you can see what happens. Negative n cancels with positive n, and we're left with negative 33, keep the inequality sign, and then we have negative 5n minus 3. Okay, so then now we want to keep the n on the right side and move the number to the left side. So we're going to get rid of that negative 3 by adding 3. And negative 33 plus 3 is negative 30. So far, we've kept the sign the way it is. But the way we apply the new rule is to look at this number next to the letter. And if this number is a negative, you're going to end up flipping the sign. Because if you get rid of this number, you need to multiply or divide by a negative. So here we're going to divide by negative 5. And the rule again is if you multiply or divide, you flip the sign. If you multiply or divide by a negative. So negative divided by negative is positive, that's positive 6, and then this leaves the n by itself. This is technically the answer, but when you plot it in the number line, this looks weird. Like, how can you know which way to shade the arrow? This is saying 6 greater than or equal to n, meaning n is the greater value than n. So it's complicated. Let's just help yourselves by rewriting the n on the left side. Notice how the arrow is pointing to the n. So we're going to have the arrow point to the n as well. And then now we have this. So this is easier to understand. This is saying that n is less than or equal to 6. So any value less than or equal to 6 is a solution. And that's how you solve inequalities.